My boyfriend's family forbid me from cooking Christmas dinner, so I refused to attend. My 24 female boyfriend, 28 male, loves seasoned food, but not just seasoning, peppers. When we got together, we mostly go out to eat, so it wasn't something noticeable, but as soon as we started sharing an apartment, I took it upon myself to cook our day-to-day meals, and it started. By the way, this comes from Green Bean Jean on the OKstorytime subreddit. So, he would complain lightly at first about the food not being seasoned, so I started adding condiments bit by bit until how's today, where all of the savory food we cook in our household has to have our homemade seasoning, a blend of garlic, onions, dry seasoning, and hot sauce. Even then, he would always bring the hot sauce bottle to the table when he'd eat. That is, until a few months ago, he started complaining of waking up at night with pain in his stomach, feeling a bitter taste in his mouth, etc. He complained for 2 weeks before I had to schedule a doctor's appointment for him since he refused to do it himself, saying it was just a minor thing. As some of you might have guessed, he was diagnosed with acid reflux. Since the diagnosis, he asked that I stop using our homemade seasoning and stick with the garlic and onions only, which I was happy to do and saw no problem with it. The problem starts with the fact that with the change, he started not enjoying the food as much since he's used to how we used to eat before, and time to time complains that my putting too much pepper in our meals was what caused his acid reflux.
Wait, okay. In the beginning, he's like, this food tastes like booty. You need to spice it up. She spices it up. He happens to get acid reflux, and he's like, I can't believe you spiced the food up.
Why would you do that?
How dare you spice it up?
You're so mean. And then OP was like, okay, I'll take it away. And he was like, this tastes disgusting.
This is awful.
I would always deny and reason with him that he was the one who asked for that amount of pepper. But since my argument wouldn't change his decision, I just stopped answering altogether when he complains about it these days. That's when the dinner part of the story comes. My boyfriend's family is big, with lots of aunts and uncles and married children with grandkids, which causes festivities to be a hard time to get people together since they want to also participate in the in-laws celebration. Their solution to this problem is to create a new date, an early Christmas that happens at the end of November, so everyone gets to participate. Boyfriend and I have been dating for almost a year, but since we were still getting to know each other when the last dinner happened, this is the first one I'll be participating in. Boyfriend's mom is always the one cooking, but since my boyfriend loved and bragged about my cooking so much to his family when he visited during the year, she asked if I would like to help her with the process, which I gladly agreed to and was so very happy.
So he bragged to his family.
Yeah, but
he's
was
like,
complaining and
so
criticizing her in
good.
person.
But then he's like, you messed up my stomach.
Messed up the pepper.
Nice.
Also, me helping would mean boyfriend and I would have to travel to their hometown on Friday instead of Saturday, since some steps and preparations need to be done ahead of time. And for that reason, I gave up one of my holiday days off so I could skip work on Friday, which means I'll be working retail on Christmas week, which is crap, but I could live with it. The thing is that a few days after my boyfriend's doctor visit, I received a text from his mom saying that she won't need my help anymore since her daughter, boyfriend's sister, will manage to leave college early and help her instead. I was surprised, let down, and sad, but said, okay, why can't both of them help?
Not enough room in the kitchen.
Too many cooks in the kitchen?
Too many cooks in the kitchen. Too many cooks.
What boyfriend's mom may not be aware of is that me and my boyfriend's sister are friends. Not best friends, but we text each other and send funny posts on Instagram back and forth. That's besties.
They're besties.
Y'all are besties.
They're almost lovers at that point.
It's a little bit too close.
Yeah, chill out.
So the first thing I did after answering was send a nonchalant text to her asking when she'll be going back home, since I had asked her previously to let me borrow one of her books that she talked to me a lot about. A few minutes later, she replied saying that she would only arrive on Sunday, the day of the dinner, since she had an assignment deadline for the morning of the day, and before that she'll be having a test, so she'll probably cram the assignment at the last minute. First thing that came to my mind was, boyfriend must have bad-worded me to his mom about the acid reflux thing, and since she's the type to always act on her son's will, I was cut from cooking class.
Okay, because
the daughter,
sister is not cooking?
She's not going to be there.
Is it a lie?
Mm-hmm. The mom lied about the sister coming home to help, and the sister was like, no, I have a test. I won't be coming until the Sunday. I slept on it, but the next day on my lunch break, I called boyfriend and asked if he had talked to his mom about this, and he said yes, and that she had even made changes to the recipes so no strong or acidic seasonings were added. And after that, made sure to say that he didn't have to ask her like he had with me.
Oh, he said that?
Yeah. What? How
OP's
is that
fault.
relevant? Like, you literally you went to the doctor, found out that you had acid reflux, told her what you had to change in your diet, and she did. This is where I may have become the a-hole. Since in the height of my emotions, I told him that since he was so upset with my actions, I wouldn't attend the dinner altogether, and he could enjoy his mommy's food without my presence. Go enjoy your mommy's food without me.
Not the best look.
I ended the call then, so I didn't get to hear his response, but when I got home, he simply acted normalish. But I can sense he's giving me the silent treatment a bit since he only talks to me when he needs something. That night, I got a call from his mother. And she asked me why I won't be attending, and that it was a shame I was refusing to go because of such a small thing.
This is so messy already.
It's like, oh my God, he's just going and blabbing to his mom about everything. That's not even set in stone.
Yeah, this didn't need, like, he's in an argument with
Yeah.
her. She hung up the phone.
Yeah.
It's not like anything set.
No.
Like you're saying.
And he goes and blabs to his mom. I told her I'd consider going, but a few days have
I
passed.
didn't like any of that.
Why not, Kian? I didn't like that.
We
didn't work
need
as
you
well.
to swap.
But days have passed and boyfriend hasn't tried to persuade me to go at all. I think I might not go in the end because now I'm feeling stupid because for sure he told his mom all about our fight. Am I the a-hole? And there is an edit. Got out of work and came right back here. Thanks to everyone who took the time to read and comment here. I really do appreciate it. Just to clarify some things, he doesn't force me to cook. I do so because I enjoy doing it and also have more flexible hours at work than he does. I work in education and he works a blue-collar job. As for us moving together so soon, I went to college and now work in the same city I grew up in. So sharing an apartment was kind of a reason to move out and a chance to have my own place. My relationship with his family was never bad. We're not super close since we live away from each other, but they were always polite and happy for us in everything we did together. And I do understand that since he's their family, they would side with him in our fights. But you guys can side with us by joining us live every weekday at 3 p.m. on YouTube. Just tap our profile.
It just doesn't need to be messy. I understand
No.
like people have different relationships with their family and
But
with
have
their
a better
parents.
one.
Have a better
Just
one.
do better.
But especially with conflict that isn't settled,
Mm-hmm.
like it's not something you share. If to me it just feels like
No.
private, especially
Yeah.
if it's like in the midst of it.
Yeah.
And then if you're sharing it with your family and it hasn't been settled, your family's going to view your partner in a certain light.
Exactly.
And
And
especially
why
if
would
it
you want
involves
them to?
them. And then
Mhm.
it's just going to add,
Yeah.
going to add messiness to it.
Yeah. Still, at the same time, I am reconsidering being together long term if this
What?
is how all our fights are going to be. Me defending myself while he tattletales to his family. I don't know if it's breakup worthy, or at least I'd like to try to save it by having a sit down and talking about these things that are bothering me. I did text his sister about it, not outright telling her how rude it all is, but saying I was upset that I got pushed out of dinner cooking because of boyfriend. Their mom called me and then sent a text, since I couldn't pick up, saying that the reason for backing out of the invite wasn't boyfriend and instead because she didn't want to pressure/trouble me, which you already know that's not true because the boyfriend admitted, which I made sure
Yeah.
to tell her when I accepted that me doing it wasn't any of those things. I texted him about sitting down to talk today. He didn't answer yet, and everyone's saying about a year, I think. I know I'm being stupid for fighting for this so much, but I think if we're able to solve this, maybe we could improve the relationship bit by bit. And I don't want to lose hope yet. A friend from work listened to me vent and said she has a couch if I ever need it. That is an option too, but one I'm not ready to take. And that is the end of that story.
Of course it makes sense. Why
Yeah, well,
OP is
it seems,
upset.
yeah.
It's like you want your partner's family to
To
view
like you
in
and
a
to-
good light,
yeah.
and then to feel that what happens between you and your partner
Is
actually
their
goes
business.
to them.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like the door's just opened on your
Yeah.
relationship.
It's not a great feeling. But
No.
it seems like OP's not like rushing into breakup. It's like, you know what? I'm going to try and figure it out.
I don't know. There's so many steps
Yeah.
before a breakup in this.
Yeah.
This isn't like to me this isn't anywhere close to
No.
breakup territory.
I think
I think it's just an opportunity, as all conflict is, for boundaries and
Yeah.
expectations and agreement to be set.
and if he
something-
continues to break it, then it's
Yeah. But something like, hey, it makes me really uncomfortable when you share our conflict with your
Mhm.
family. And then this is what I'm comfortable with. Like, can we make agreement, like explicit
Yes.
agreements about that?
Mhm.
So that moving forward, she doesn't have to like worry if this is always going to be the case. And he could also
Agreed.
be like, no,
yeah, and
I'm
then
going to tell
that's-
them. And then
it's you hightail it out of there. But that is the end of that story.